underappreciated in some places, but not in Las Vegas. TJ Perkins is one of the finest athletes in the world.
You know, Douglas James prides himself as being one of the best mat technicians in the business today. Well, if he could take out TJP tonight, he may be right.
He absolutely may be. Douglas James is hungry. Douglas James is ready for the biggest challenge of his career. He is hungry for opportunities, and he is hungry for success.
And the bottom line is, pretty much whoever wins this match, I gotta believe, is the #1 contender for the No Limits title.
I would absolutely hope so. Question becomes, TJ Perkins, internationally traveled superstar, one of the best wrestlers in the world today. How much does he know about Douglas James? Douglas James sent a message to TJP this past week that he was ready for tonight. He's coming into this laser focused.
You know, one thing about TJ Perkins, I've known him for a few years, and I gotta say, you know, he keeps up with things. He's a guy who follows it. You know, as you said, he was 16 years old when TJ, first made waves in the wrestling business on the West Coast.
Legit, people were taking notice of this guy before he even graduated high school, and it's innovative moves like that that made him stand out. Escaping that hold.
You know, TJ is a 17 or 18-year veteran, and he's only like 33 years old.
I know. He's a little bit younger than I am. When I was 16, I was actually doing things I shouldn't mention on the air here.
Yeah, absolutely.
This guy was competing against some of the best athletes in the world, and nothing's changed for him. Douglas James, he's gotten some international notches under his belt. He's wrestled in Mexico, and look at TJP. Look at just how seamlessly he strings together these holds, this offense.
You know, and that's, a certain thing we've talked about some of the wrestlers, Thomas Day or Ryan Taylor, about how they transition and it's just, so smooth. As good as those guys are, I got to believe TJ is at the forefront.
Oh, he's a level up even. And that's why Douglas James wanted this tonight. Win or lose tonight for Douglas James, if he holds his own at least with TJP, he leaves an imprint on the wrestling world.
Well, there was a lot of people who wanted that match.
Oh, I know.
When they heard he was here, I got a lot of emails. Some people a little unhappy that they didn't get that match, and it's like, well, you know what? Douglas James has earned the opportunity.
Look at that, head scissors, and he holds on.
And you are going to see it all tonight. We got brute power, we got strength, we got athleticism, and then we got this. If you're a fan of professional wrestling, no matter what style you like, you got Funnybone and Sinn later tonight, Bay and Kross, TJ, we have it all.
We got about 4 matches tonight that could go sideways in any way. This is the match right here that is going to be pure skill that wins it. Look at TJP balancing. And TJP, though, he gets caught up by Douglas James after that escape. Trips up James himself. James able to kick out. TJP right back and face off between these two tremendous athletes. When TJP won the Cruiserweight Classic, Douglas James was just breaking into the sport. This was one of the men he was looking up to at the time.
And now he has an opportunity, and he has climbed the ranks here at FSW. And now all of a sudden, when it looks like he's in line for that No Limits title, now all of a sudden he's got to beat TJ Perkins to get it.
Hey, you know what, though? Again, he is ready for tonight. He wanted this matchup. And look at TJP, hook at his home arm, brings over Douglas James. I think he almost confused some of the people in the crowd with how difficult that probably was to do to Douglas James, as was that. TJP just one step ahead of a relentless Douglas James.
And look at this.
Brings him into the Scorpion Deathlock and switches it up into the Muda Lock.
And the question is, will Douglas James tap out? But TJ doesn't have it locked in.
Now, TJP was only able to maintain the hold for a little while, and Douglas James rolls to the ropes, but the damage has been done to the joints of his knees. And look at TJP. Douglas James gets to his feet and he immediately went to the corner after him.
Nice shoulder takedown by TJ Perkins with the dab.
Yeah, well, there's
little dab will do you.
Oh, Douglas James attempting what TJP tried earlier in the contest. And
what is Douglas James doing?
Well, TJP did that earlier in the contest to Douglas James, but he gets tied up. Shades of Mike Quackenbush here.
Is Doug okay?
He's tied up like a pretzel.
Giving a stroke?
He's turtling him out. There's only one way to break this hold, and Douglas James isn't going to like it. TJP has targeted him. And he unties Douglas James with a drop kick. TJP has been one step ahead of Douglas James in this matchup here. But we know Douglas James is qualified for big match situations, winning the Limitless tournament this past April. That's what brought him to tonight. TJP had issued a challenge to the winner of that tournament.
And
Douglas James moves out of the way at the last second. And finally, drop kick in the corner.
This could be the opening that Douglas James needs.
Douglas James might able now to be able to bring that high impact offense, show it off to the world against TJP. Charges in the corner with the uppercut. Not finished yet. Follows up with another one.
And he's got TJP roiling at the moment.
Look at TJP though.
A lot of reversals going on.
He's going Ultimo.
With the headstand.
Into the head scissors. TJP is just putting on an exhibition of offense tonight.
Oh, look at that. TJ Perkins, he may have studied that one as Douglas James comes up empty on his drop kick. Oh!
He catches TJP with the drop kick, sends him to the outside. Douglas James with a Lope Suicida drives the shoulder into the face of TJP.
Way to not bash into the guardrail.
I know. He's learning. Hit his opponent, not the guardrail.
Threaten him with a fine.
You're going Bill Watts on everybody.
That's what I'm saying. You know how much I pay, so, a fine, it's more than he made.
10% would bring him in the negatives.
That's what I'm talking about.
Douglas James breaks up the count. Going back for another chop here on TJP. Douglas James sends Perkins back in the ring, and that's where he's going to try to tap him out or pin him to get that victory.
Oh, Doug connects with the kick to the side of the head.
Brings himself in.
1, 2.
And only gets the 2 count.
Almost put him away. And I must admit, I expected a much faster pace, Jake. These guys have been very methodical. Not wanting to make a mistake.
I mean, they've been wrestling a very non-high-risk style, but they've been going at a pretty quick pace, I think. And look at that. Maybe that's the reason. That was the second risk Douglas James tried to take in this contest, and he got stopped by TJP.
And look at this. TJ going for the superplex.
Yeah, he's trying to bring Douglas James up and over, but it's a struggle right now.
If they don't go over our way.
For Perkins. Look at that. Douglas James pushes him off. But TJP crotching Douglas James on the top. That's one way to regain control of the contest. Springboarding in. Hurricane Rana from the top.
And Douglas James is down. But TJP, he's still kind of reeling from earlier, not able to get back at Douglas James, and they're both down on their feet.
Yeah, Douglas James brought down by TJP, but TJP took a lot out of himself, delivering that springboard Hurricane Rana from the top. He wasn't able to go for a cover afterwards.
Oh, and TJP able to get the boots up. Oh, and the drop kick from the backside.
Yeah, he brained him in the back of the head with that drop kick from the top. What is TJP doing up here? Slingshot drop kick, and he's not done yet. TJP ascends to the top. Brings all his weight down across the chest.
1, 2. And that was an interesting way to hit that cross body.
It was. Had a little bit of extra impact. Like I've said about TJ Perkins, it's never been a lack of respect in his career from the fans or fellow wrestlers. Suplex, snap suplex into a back suplex. And TJP's going back up top. One of the premier high flyers in the world.
Douglas James is up before TJP can do anything.
Yeah, Douglas James saw TJP up there out of the corner of his eye. Cuts him off. And look at that, though. Look at TJP bending James' arm backwards. But Douglas James, great extension on the drop kick, rocks TJP. Now Douglas James setting up for that superplex. Brings him over, holds on. Goes into a GTS. TJP still standing.
And he clobbers him with a clothesline. 1, 2, 3. No! And Douglas James with a lethal combination, but is not able to put away TJ Perkins.
That was the type of combination that you expect to put away anybody with. Superplex into a GTS, followed it up with a lariat, and Douglas James couldn't put down TJP.
As they said, it's getting real.
Yeah, Douglas James taking it to the next level now. Another clubbing forearm from Douglas James floors TJP.
And Douglas James with his mixed martial arts background driving the knees into TJ Perkins.
Douglas James trying something. TJP catches him. And catches him. Got him in a guillotine. Can Douglas James hold on here? Douglas James, though, trying to hurt him up. Showing off tremendous power.
1, 2, 3.
But no, TJP gets the shoulder up. Douglas James rolling over the Texas Cloverleaf at an extremely heinous angle for TJP. If TJP can't reach the... Oh, TJP, though, counters it.
And look at this, TJ trying to tap out Douglas James.
He's stretching out the ligaments of his ankle, and he's got his other leg tied up there. Douglas James is in the center of the ring. So you got to try to roll over to alleviate some pressure or drag his body to the bottom rope to break this hold. And in the biggest match of his career, Douglas James makes sure he doesn't go down that way. Going to see who's got more left. Who's got more reserves here. Spinning back fist miss. TJP, though, is back with those kicks. Douglas James leaping in the air, catches him with a knee. Avoids TJP's spinning kick. Super kick out of Douglas James. Douglas James, full head of steam here, but he gets caught. Drop kicked right in the knee by TJ Perkins. The knee has been worked over throughout this matchup here by Perkins with various submission holds.
And both men, they've been going at it back and forth.
Yeah, both men letting it all hang out tonight. TJP, though, sets James back up on the top turnbuckle. Showing for another superplex here, but Douglas James is fighting it.
And once again, TJ trying to go, and he's got him by his left leg.
Oh, no.
Douglas James not in a good position, but he's able to fight it off.
He's able to fight it off, but that leg, that knee has been damaged. Spear by Douglas James. He put every ounce of his body weight behind that.
And TJ Perkins, his head comes crashing against the mat.
Douglas James going up top on one bad wheel, looking to finish off TJP, but TJP gets the knees up. And he ties James up again. Douglas James has got to try to reach the rope once again.
And
well, that sucks.
And that's what happens. The non-title match, it's 15 minutes. And the fans are disappointed that they do not have a winner.
I'm disappointed. You hear him? 9 more minutes.
Why does everybody look at me?
You own this place. Well, I guess really the fire marshal owns it tonight because they told you what you couldn't do.
The crowd is livid. I just got told I can't sell tickets to people who reserve them because they're taking money.
Let them fight. 9 more minutes.
You know, we have a lot of matches tonight. We can't just keep adding time to a match.
Well, make the other ones 10-minute time limits. Do something.
You know, it's a great idea. Do what? The match is over.
Do you want to riot? What if they start throwing stuff in the ring?
Well, then our ring crew have to clean it up.
Hell of a matchup here we saw between TJP and Douglas James.
You know, I'm pretty sure this ain't the end.
Yeah, we better see a rematch down the road.